Hi guys, welcome back. It's Dr. Saru. I hope you've been keeping up well. I have. So today we're here. I think I'll be doing a series of family planning methods, but more so natural family planning methods. But before we go into the natural family planning methods, I wanted to ask my viewers, do you know how to choose a birth control for yourself? Do you know the things that you need to be asking yourself, or do you know the things that you need to be asked by a healthcare worker while choosing a birth control? Because choosing birth control has to be very individual based, and you have to be able to be given, or you have to start a birth control method that is right for you. So here are 6 questions I figured I should be asking you guys so that I know, and I hope this is going to be an interactive video that we can be able to learn from each other, know exactly, do you know which birth control is right for you, or you're just doing it because your sister is on the same birth control method, or your auntie, or your friends, or your best friend, because it's very important that you choose something that is right for you. So what is the first question that you need to ask yourself? Do you need just a birth control method, or do you also need protection from STDs, yeah, or STIs? Because that is very important. If you just need let's say a birth control method that does not include protection from STIs, assuming you're in a married situation or in a serious relationship or exclusive relationship kind of situation, then you might not be really worried about the STIs because you're considering each other, you're good. So for that, of course, you might choose something else that is not necessarily barrier. But assuming you're still in school, maybe campus or high school or whichever level of education you're in, and you're not really in a very serious relationship, or you're not married, or maybe your main concern right now is birth control plus STI protection, of course the choice will be inclined more to barrier birth control methods as opposed to the other ones like COCs, or now implants and things like that. Yeah. So question number 2, how effective do you want your birth control? If you, depending on efficacy, yeah, and how serious you are about this birth control thing, of course your healthcare worker will discuss with you and let you know exactly. COCs have this percentage of efficacy. This has this, and then according to what you want, or according to what you thought you wanted, then you can discuss with whoever you'll be seeing, and then you can be advised accordingly. How is your financial muscle? Because there's some things, there's some birth controls, of course, there's some which are totally free in public hospitals, and then there are some which are very costly, such as the Mirena copper, the Mirena coil. Yeah, it's quite IUCD. It's quite costly, and not everybody might be able to afford that. As to opposing to assuming what the depot injection, I think it's like 50-100 shillings, Kenya shillings, and it's something that you can easily acquire, and you can get it from the even the public hospitals. I think they give this for free. If you want the oral contraceptive combined pills, of course, they're also very cheap. You can either buy them yourself at around 50-60 shillings, Kenya shillings, and or rather, if you go to a public hospital, I think there's some which are given for free. So depending on what your financial depending on your financial muscle, you should be able to know which birth control you want. The 4th thing is it convenient for you? I've noted, or rather in my practice, there's some women who hide when on birth control because they wouldn't want their spouses or their partners to know about the birth control because they were not quite okay with it. So you see, for such a woman, if you decide to go with daily pills, it's going to be very hectic for you having to hide it. That is part of convenience, yeah? Having to hide it from the spouse who doesn't want you to be on birth control, as opposed to, for example, having an implant, yeah? Another convenience is, are you a person who's very busy and you tend to forget about things sometimes? So would you rather be taking a daily pill and you're somebody who works maybe for 12 hours shift and you come home tired and you tend to forget things sometimes? Or would you rather just have either a copper coil, or you could rather just have maybe an implant or a depot, something that is a bit long term, so that you don't have to keep reminding yourself that I'm due, I need to take a pill in the morning, I need to take a pill in the morning. Yeah. The fifth thing, how long do you want it to last? Is it something short term while you look for another child, or is it something short term as you get to know your spouse in this marriage, and so that you can plan for babies? Or is it something that maybe you had a traumatic birth and you're just healing from postpartum depression, or maybe you had multiple tears, you underwent so much trauma that you're like, I just need like 5 years or 10 years before I think about getting another child. You get? So time frame, what is your time frame? Don't go for an implant which is supposed to be for 5 years only for you to remove it after 6 months. Now you think you want a baby. You should just have taken maybe pills or maybe 2 depot injections, because for depot it's 3 months. You understand? So you have to learn about the different method of contraceptives that are out there for you to be able to make an informed choice. The third and the last question is, can it affect your sexual life? If it's in the picture, and if it can affect your sexual life, are you okay with it or you're not okay with it? Because if it can affect your sexual life and maybe you don't have any sexual life, you're just doing the contraceptive for whatever reason that you want to know, of course then it doesn't have a problem. But if at all you're going to be sexually active and maybe this contraceptive can affect your libido and things like that, then is it something you'd really want to do? Or you can explore other options for you to be better and for you to have a better experience while having a good birth control method and still enjoying your sexual activities. I hope I have taught fundamental things and things that people maybe didn't know. Or if you already knew that, it's okay too. I'd wish that you comment down below and tell me extra things that you think I should have added on this video. Until next time, it's Dr. Saru. Love and love.